Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. I gotta see if my volume is correct because, yeah, that's what I'm saying, baby girl. You hear the daughter. You hear the daughter in the background. It's the gangster now. That is the gangster in the house. But good evening, though. How's our levels? Are we sounding clear? Are we sounding clear? I'm not gonna go crazy with like a long ass video or blog or anything like that. I just wanna break down, what reflex is because what's up, baby girl? You wanna come be part of the live? Hold on, y'all. You wanna come be part of the live? Come on, you come be part of the live. All right. All right, you wanna be part of the live? This was not my intentions on how I was gonna stream, but listen, what she says goes, right? But yeah, I want to shout out Mina too, because Mina, you actually inspired the blog and shit. You said a lot of nice things about Reflex. I appreciate you for that. I wish you would have called me before you did a live. I didn't want to find out you wasn't coming back through a live, but you know, neither here nor there. I appreciate all the nice things you said. You always family up there. Um, wish you the best on your endeavors. One thing I wanted to say was I don't think I really noticed what we do at Reflex, right? Because there's people that's called Reflex, podcasting studio, which it is. Um, Little YouTube spot. It's not that. It's not a Facebook Live spot. So we're gonna break down a little bit what we do. Uh, oh, first of all, shout out to everybody that's been a part of Reflex from the beginning to where we at today. Lost a lot of shows, gained shows. What I started off was to I was hesitant. I was like, yo, I don't know if I should do it on Staten Island because you know how I feel about Staten sometimes, how a lot of other people feel about Staten. I was like, I don't know if I should do it at Staten Island, on Staten Island. But against my original judgment, I said, fuck it, we're gonna make it work. But beginning we was booming, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people join up. And for the most part, they was really holding it down. Like we was lit for a little while. Things get old, obviously. Um, but what's for somebody one day it's not necessarily for somebody the next day. So, people don't there's no longevity in podcasting for everybody. So some people, you know, they pull up, they do their thing, and then they might disappear. Shout out to the people that were there. That's the past. The past is in the past. Salute everybody that's here presently with us. Got a few shows left. Um, if you know, I was planning on opening a second location in Brooklyn. I'm probably gonna slow down on that because I don't really want to risk my finances on a second location if the first one is shaky. So I'm probably gonna wait a little while on that. But we got a few shows left. Shout out to Bernie and the Bugs. Let me say probably live with Bernie and Bugs. Those are my guys. We still got our word on the streets. We still got out of bounds. My show. Who else we got? We got Uncut Jews. We got Knicks versus Nets. We still got a decent amount of shows up there. And these people are putting in work. They've been there for a long time. They got a lot of episodes. Some have high 30s, some have 40s. So for a company that's only been open for a year, that says a lot for individuals that had that many episodes. So I salute them. Um, let's break it down. The app, weirdly enough, I guess people, research it's not for everybody. There's a lot of shows that I've had in the past that didn't even know we had an app, which is weird because we had an app before we actually had a location. And I've mentioned it to people, but I've always said push your app listens, right? What I'm going to show you is this is something I break down to everybody. Because if you know, you know. But if you don't, podcasting, you don't get paid for podcasting the same way you would get paid if you make music. The way you make money on podcasting is through sponsorships, or if your listeners are that high, you get paid per thousand listeners per show. But most people aren't there. Again, sponsorships and things like that pay for your podcast. So there's ways to make your podcast pay for itself. So, yeah, with it. Pardon me. See, I gotta hold her and try to do this at the same time. So hold up. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Of course, I had this before and I can't find it. Yes. All right. I don't know if you can see this. You see this right here? Boom, right? See that? If you look at the top, let me see. Few tips, tools to gain the most exposure and revenue for your show. So I feel like nobody did that for me when I got into the podcast and radio game. Shout out my brother Rocco. We kind of we figured it out on our own ways to make money. You actually got to spend money to make money. But we got to it, and which is what made us say, let's make our own station and shit like that. So I salute everybody that wants to go do their own thing. Salute to you. But there's ways to do it, and I feel like I make sure I tell everybody how to get to a bag. If it works for you, it works for you. If you follow up, you follow up. If you don't, your show is what your show is gonna be. So that's one thing I do. I'm gonna show you the app. Now the app, as soon as you see the app open, prompts a login. What that does is gives you a profile. If you happen to be a host on Reflex Radio, that's your way to engage with fans. I'm going to show you our fans and our numbers. See, the glare is fucking it up. But this is all a tab, right? You can't see it. This is all a tab. Can you see from here? No. All right. It's all a tab that shows you our channels, our YouTube link where you can get viewed straight from there, merch, user chat, and our Instagrams and everything like that. So you keep in the loop. But if you set up a page, you can actually talk to your fans. We do have fans. I'm going to show you some of our demographics too, but we have fans that you can engage with. Those fans support. I've told people to set up a Cash App, make it pay for itself. If you interview artists, make your artists pay. If your artists are in the business of selling music, they should be able to finance their marketing, their promo. They don't put the money up, maybe you shouldn't be selling music. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's rich, but you got to be able to invest in yourself. It's one way to make it. People who have clothing, if you wear their merch, they should be able to break you off a bag. They want to see you keep the lights on. They want to see your show clicking. If you choose to wear clothes for free, it's on you. But people should have to pay for their promotion because I'm going to show you where you're promoting them at. So if you're doing that for free, you're losing. You're hustling backwards. So where we at with it on this list? Don't mess with the screen, baby girl. All right. Prices at Reflex too. I tell everybody the prices. I feel like what I do at Reflex is you're not going to find that price for what I offer. I tell everybody if you can make $1,000 on Reflex, make it. If you can make 10 bands on Reflex, make it. I want my flat fee of what I tell you it is to use the studio. We provide internet, everything that's on, the electric, the everything costs. It costs. You get the studio, you get the phone lines, you get all our live feeds, we get our distribution. What we do is we distribute every show you record. I send it. First of all, I edit it. So after I'm done working at Reflex, my regular job, and my boxing gym, I come home and I raise these. After that's all said and done, get on the computer and I edit episodes. So I can distribute episodes to Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, everything. Everywhere is a podcasting platform, I put your show, which I think separates us from everybody else. Because most places just give you a studio. Use a studio, they tell you have a good night. Us, on the other hand, we make sure your show is heard everywhere. When I say worldwide, you're gonna see. I'll show you a couple of shows or whatever. I don't want to show everybody's numbers. I'll show like myself and Geo's because I'll keep everybody else's shows private. Yeah. So where we at? Just lost it. All right, let's go with the list. let's go with the list, right? Ah, let's go with the list. Daughter, you want to show them the list? Should we show them the list? All right, let's share this real quick. Boom. Pardon me, I have to hold my baby, and then that becomes a thing. All right, so as you can see, life is good, right? What you see on life is good. See this? This is the demographic. What do you see? United States, Germany, UK, which is pretty much built in if you come to Reflex. And you got Italy and Uganda. That is built in with what you pay for at Reflex. Anybody with a brand, if they use your show, that's where you're promoting them. They should be paying you for that. But that's me. I'm a businessman. I feel like if they care enough about you, progression, and everything like that, they should put a little bit of money up. Keep the lights on. Set up a Cash App. Set up a Patreon. I've said that. I wish I could post the whole list, but I don't really got time to be doing all that. In terms of shows that's no longer with us or have taken a break, I actually keep them in the system, which I pay for in terms of waiting for you to come back, because it's a process to get you verified everywhere, right? You gotta I gotta submit your show, gotta wait the process, I gotta submit it to Apple separately, which is a pain in the ass now. So while I do that, if I remove your show, you gotta go through that whole process again, you lose all your episodes. So if you tell me you was coming back, I've kept a lot of shows up there because I'm stand up like that, and I don't want you to lose your shit, but I pay for it. So if I'm not getting paid, I'm essentially spending money. And be honest with you, in business, you don't make money in the first few years. I come out of pocket at the end of the month because I believe in what we do, and I feel like we're gonna be profitable, we're gonna be successful. I had a moment last week, I was ready to close the doors, but I'm a little more clear-minded now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and this is nothing to mean. It just inspired me to go live. But I've had so many shows in the past, just no show, never heard from them again. That's not how you do business. I feel like my business is A1, so at least phone calls should be made if you're not coming back. But you know, that's neither here nor there. What else do we got? I showed the demographics. If anybody got questions too, feel free to ask. I feel like we're gonna take a different approach because I left Reflex for like an open door where anybody could come podcast as long as you were serious and dedicated. I feel like we're gonna be a little more selective in the future because, again, like I said, too much accessibility, you kind of lose a little bit of value, in my opinion. When the mystique of it was there, people were interested, people wanted to be down with it. I feel like it's too open. I feel like so many people have been there now. I might feel old to them or whatever, but I feel like we're the only place on Staten Island that does what we do, and I feel like we're the only company that offers what we offer for the price that we charge. Again, if you want to do a show, so many people DM me and I gotta write the same shit down. I copy and paste it. I just tell y'all now. We charge one fee. You get used to the studio or remote if you're not in town. Your shows are 2 hours long once a week, 4 shows a month. I record everything you do. You're on air live on the app. This is not a Facebook, YouTube thing. Shows choose to put their focus on Facebook and YouTube. I don't know why. I tell a lot of people, those people are already your friends and supporters. You know, reach out to the people like the Ugandans and shit like that for new fans. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. So I've heard people refer to us as a little YouTube studio, Facebook spot. You know better than that. That's not what it is. And if you paid attention, you'd know that you're clicking on different continents. So again, for anybody that wants to be down with what we do, we charge what we charge. We record you, we distribute you, we put you everywhere. So you can come and make money on your own if you follow certain steps. Or plus, we offer, I don't know how many people offer a 6-seated podcast. We have up to 6 hosts per show, plus a 7th if we hook up a DJ line. So we offer a lot of hosts. So you should be able to break that up amongst shows. So if you have a show that has about 6 people, pull up on us. We make it work for you. I feel like that's very affordable for 6 people, up to 6 people. People who I have managed when I'm not in the building, I feel like they're great people. Shout out to Destiny, shout out to Gio, shout out to Rocco, my partner. He holds it down. We always on deck for tech support, and even if whoever's in the studio, we always communicate. We make sure everything works for y'all. It's very rare you pull up and somebody's not there. Like I feel like we do a great job at Reflex. I might still move to Brooklyn at some point or open a second location. I just want to make sure this one's gonna be what it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna slow down on just allowing just anybody to get a podcast there. I gotta maybe start doing interviews because again, a lot of shows made it to 20 and 30 episodes and 40 episodes. That's great. But there's some that's only did a couple, and that's fine. I mean, again, you got to come try something to know it's not for you or if it's not affordable for you. But I feel like if I make the process a little more involved in how to get in the door with us, it's less work for me because I gotta still pay for you to be distributed and I gotta hold that bill if you decide not to come back. So I lose money in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But that's business. Everybody that does business, you know that. But again, if you supported us since we opened the doors, I appreciate you. And yeah, Reflex shit. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Salute the shows that's still with us, that's still holding it down, that's still trying to achieve the 50 episode mark. We're trying to get 100 on the hangover. So, you know, we're here. We're going to keep grinding. Salute everybody that podcast. Salute everybody that's on radio. Again, if you're a DJ as well, like I said, this is not a podcasting studio. This is live radio. Pull up. Yeah, you see, you heard her. Pull up. And let's make something happen, man. Reflex, we looking at keep progressing and keep elevating. So I appreciate everybody. This was just some quick shit. And y'all have a good night. Reflex shit. We out of here.